It's a rivalry that grows every single year. Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Jay Sanders, and I'm telling you what, this rivalry continues to bring out epic games and continues to bring out the best of these two quarterbacks. But there can only be one to advance to the AFC Championship game, and I believe it will be Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But today we're going to go through the history of their matchups together, their stats against each other, their stats this season, and everything to look forward to in this amazing quarterback matchup coming up on Sunday Night Football, coming up right here in just a couple days. But if you think Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen, quick way to tell me, quick way to make sure that all of Bill's Mafia knows who runs the quarterback room. And that's Patrick Mahomes. Spam that like button. Go down there. It takes 2 seconds. Hit that to let me know that you think Patrick Mahomes is way better than Josh Allen. I'm telling you, it's the only way to go. Go click that like button right now, and I'd certainly appreciate it to make sure Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen. Let's look at their head-to-head stats here to first start off this amazing little video we got going on, because the completion percentage is all over Patrick Mahomes. Almost 68% to Josh Allen, 61%. The passing yards in favor of Patrick Mahomes and the times these two guys have played each other. Touchdowns, a little bit of favor of Josh Allen. 5 interceptions for Patrick Mahomes, 3 for Josh Allen. One note, all 5 interceptions for Patrick Mahomes against the Bills have come in the regular season. Meanwhile, no interceptions in the playoffs. And while Josh Allen, well, he had 2 of those picks in the playoffs. Or excuse me, 1 of those picks in the playoffs. And the rushing yards, well, it's obviously going to be a little bit more in favor of Josh Allen. You look at these stats and think, Patrick Mahomes is so much better. Besides the touchdowns, he's done amazing. He must be way above Josh Allen in the records, right? Not exactly, to be honest. In the regular season, Allen leads it 3-1. The one win, though, was actually in Orchard Park for the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Meanwhile, in the playoffs, though, Mahomes is 2-0. Well, let's hopefully making that 3-0 as he'll go play the Buffalo Bills this Sunday. And it stinks because these two guys have been amazing this season, and I would love to have seen them in the AFC Championship game, but we won't get that this year because of just the way the schedule has gone about and the way this season ended out. Now, the regular season, these two quarterbacks are as comparable could be besides interceptions. The completion percentage, within 1 point of each other. The yards, within 150 yards of each other. Touchdowns, Allen with 2 more, but you have to remember Patrick Mahomes did not play the last game of the season. Josh Allen had to because of obviously trying to get that number 2 slot. Interceptions, 4 more for Josh Allen, and the QB rating literally neck and neck. 0.4 is the only thing that separates Patrick Mahomes above Josh Allen. These two quarterbacks are amazing, but who is the better quarterback among these two? Is it Patrick Mahomes? Then I want you to type P. Is it Josh Allen? Then I want you to type J. Get in the comment section, because these two guys are ones that will go down in the history books as the 2 quarterbacks of really our generation. And honestly, I would love this matchup because Josh Allen controls the Bills. The way he goes, the way the Bills go. Patrick Mahomes controls the Chiefs. The way the Chiefs go, Patrick Mahomes goes, and vice versa. So go check it out and get in the comment section by typing P for Patrick Mahomes and typing J for Josh Allen. Who is the better QB? This is going to be Patrick Mahomes' first road game in his history. 15 career playoff games, all of them being played in Arrowhead Stadium or the Super Bowl. And that is something to note. The Chiefs have, in the Patrick Mahomes era, never really played a true road game. They did have somewhat of a road game, which we'll tell you about in just a minute. But that doesn't stop the stats from not mattering. It doesn't stop that Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest playoff quarterbacks of all time. If you go to active playoff quarterback ratings, then guess what? Patrick Mahomes sits atop the list by 3 points. Patrick Mahomes, number 1 at 105.7. And then, hey, give credit where credit due. Baker Mayfield, homeboy winning last night against the Eagles, taking out Nick Sirianni and his fake butt. Don't get me started on Nick, but I'll take it. Baker taking out the Eagles, 102.7 in the playoffs. And the Browns, the Panthers, and the Lions all didn't sign him. Excuse me, not the Lions, the Rams. I mean, this is just crazy. The Panthers, all of them, just not getting him. And the Bucs sign him. Everybody's going to hate on him. Here he is. Matthew Stafford right below him. Josh Allen also on this list at number 4. And then Aaron Rodgers, obviously one of the active guys, although he played 4 snaps this year before, effectively ending his season. But listen, Patrick Mahomes is a playoff QB. He has always been a playoff QB. And the lights shine brightest on Patrick Mahomes he shines brighter. He's in his villain era as he's going to go on the road and he's going to play villain to a bunch of screaming Bills Mafia members in Orchard Park, and I cannot wait for the game. But you know what I also can't wait for? My next delivery of Factor Meals. I'm telling you, I'm obsessed with these things, and if you go to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50, you're going to get 50% off. Now, if you're wondering, Factor Meals, Jace, how can I get started on this? Well, easy. Get it started with your New Year's resolutions with Factor, so you're ready for the new year. Factor is ready-to-eat meal delivery, takes the stress out of meal planning, and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, the prep work, the cooking fatigue, and instead get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including options like keto, calorie smart, vegan, veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolution. Factor now offers loads of snacks options like breakfast, smoothies, juices, snacks, and more to keep you going no matter what the schedule is. Skip the overpriced takeout trip and Factor, which is way cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. You're going to get chef-crafted restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 and use the code ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. Once again, that's code ChiefsChat50 at factormeals.com/ChiefsChat50 to get 50% off. All right, let's talk about it. Patrick Mahomes. No official road games, but why no official road games? Why do you keep saying that? Well, because technically he played the Bucs in the Bucs Stadium in Super Bowl 55, losing 31-9, but it was in the Bucs Stadium in Raymond James, and guess what? One good. Wasn't exactly the best thing. 31-9 against a really good Buccaneers team led by Tom Brady. And if we look at that game and how he played in it, I'm not going to front. It wasn't the greatest. 26 for 49, 270, 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. But people look at this stat line and think, oh, Patrick Mahomes is going to be terrible on the road. This team was literally just Patrick Mahomes for that game. The O-line couldn't block. And yes, Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce had a great night receiving, but it was Mahomes running all over the field. They didn't have a running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire stunk in this game. It was just Patrick Mahomes going out there and playing his absolute heart out. If you remember, there was multiple times where Mahomes was just running around. That sidearm pass where he was diving, yeah, that was that game. Mahomes literally just could do all he wanted, and it still wouldn't matter. He couldn't figure it out. His O-line was just really bad. The difference this year, Wanya Morris, been great. Rookie. Creed Humphrey, been great. Joe Tooney, great. This line has been absolutely amazing. Maybe Jawan Taylor could go a little less on the penalties, but he's been blocking great, so that's good news. And Mahomes in the playoffs is just a different animal. 4,000 plus yards, 36 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, and a 12-3 record. This guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing, and I think people forget that Mahomes just flips a switch in the playoffs. They don't realize that the things they see in the regular season, yes, they matter. Yes, of course, you want to see Mahomes play well. But when he gets to the playoffs, he is a different person. He is a different quarterback, and he plays like a different quarterback. Going back to the whole Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes debate, well, Mahomes 12-3. What's Josh Allen in the playoffs? 5-4. This guy is beatable, and he's the way of winning, and he's the way of losing. If you can force turnovers for Josh Allen, this Chiefs team can go and win at Orchard Park with a breeze. If you cannot force turnovers, well, then it may be a long night for the Kansas City Chiefs in another cold environment in New York. Now, I do want to take a step back and just realize how much we are getting to witness greatness. You have Patrick Mahomes, you have Josh Allen playing each other for their third time in the playoffs, and these guys are both young. These guys are around 28 years old. I mean, both of them. They're going to be here for another probably 10 years at least. And we're going to see them play each other for probably another 10 years at least. This rivalry is growing to one that has been unmatched and may be the best in the NFL since Mr. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, who saw each other a multitude of times. And these guys, listen, I think this may be the best thing. You just got to hope that Patrick Mahomes is going to be the Tom Brady of the situation. Because although Peyton Manning is great, although he's heralded as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, we all know who is in the GOAT conversation. We all know who has a handful of rings and some extra on his other fingers. And it's not Peyton Manning. It's Tom Brady. I want Patrick Mahomes to be the Tom Brady in this rivalry. So I do want to say this because I'm interested to see how we feel about this. I know there's a lot of people who watch this channel. There's people who know about the Brady-Manning rivalry. I know there's people who were kids when the Brady and Manning rivalry was happening. Me. I also know that now the new rivalry is Mahomes versus Allen. So which rivalry QB-wise has been better, or at least from what you've seen? Is it the Mahomes and Allen QB rivalry? If it is, then type new. If you think it's the Brady-Manning rivalry, nothing will come close to that. Nothing's going to beat that. But I want you to type old in the comment section. Which rivalry is better, the new one or the old one? Either way, I can't get more excited for another epic installment of this Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes game. And I'm telling you, it's going to be nice. Make sure you join us right here on the Chiefs Report and get excited for this Chiefs versus Bills game. And like the video if you want the Chiefs to beat the Bills, because I'm telling you, we need all the good vibes rolling here on the Chiefs Report. So if you're here, you're at the end of the video, you have not liked the video yet, do yourself a favor. Just go down there, click that like button. I'd certainly appreciate it. Plus, it's going to make sure you're sticking around with us here on the Chiefs Report. As always, Chiefs, get him. Peace out.